A whole new group of weaponry out there that is bound to be a game changer, in the same way that gunpowder, aircraft, and ballistic missiles forever changed warfare, and that is hypersonic weapons. The speed of these weapons not only greatly reduces a defender's reaction time, but they are also able to penetrate nearly every modern air defense system. Hypersonic is defined as 5 times faster than the speed of sound, or 6,200 kilometers per hour. And to be fair, we have technically had hypersonic weapons for decades. Practically all ballistic missiles fly faster than Mach 5. However, there should be an asterisk next to that. They do not fly at a set speed, and their speed determines how far they will fly. It's like throwing a stone. The harder and faster you throw it, the farther it will go. What we are talking about here is hypersonic cruise missiles and glide vehicles. And just to define a few more terms, cruise missiles are weapons that are constantly under propulsion from an engine, like a typical commercial airline. Glide weapons rely on lifting surfaces, its speed, and altitude to reach its target. Because of this, their range is limited. They will eventually lose energy and come down to the ground. Hypersonic weapons being designed today include both of these types, using scramjet engines or rocket boosters to get them up to speed to glide down to their targets, or even a combination of the two. Several major powers are currently working extremely hard to produce these weapons and get them into operational service, most notably Russia, China, and the US. Hypersonic flight has proven extremely difficult to perfect. The US has been known to work on hypersonic weapons for decades and have ran into numerous problems, and there has been reports of Russian test failures as well. As for specific hypersonic weapons, Russia is known to be working on several, some of which are due to be operational very soon. One is a Kinzhal, a land and surface attack air launch weapon. Video has been released of it being carried and test launched by a MiG-31. It appears to look very similar to the Iskander ballistic missile, and may use the same booster. Second is Zircon. Zircon is an anti-ship missile, and will initially be launched from the Kirov-class battle cruisers, with future plans to be launched from other ships, submarines, and even aircraft. And finally, the Vanguard, a hypersonic glide weapon that will be boosted up to altitude and speed from an intercontinental ballistic missile, separate, and glide to its target at speeds of up to 20 times the speed of sound. Also, as I said, glide vehicles will lose speed as it travels, even more so if it maneuvers, as they are not continuously being propelled by an engine. Actual speed of impact will be significantly slower, and this is true with any glide vehicle. As for the US, they have been working on hypersonic weapons for decades. Despite this, they seem to be behind Russia. The US tested a system called the Falcon HTV-2 twice, in 2010 and 2011. They were similar in a sense to the Russian Vanguard, being boosted by an ICBM-like rocket to speeds of up to Mach 20. In both tests, it was reported that they lost control of the vehicle about 9 minutes into flight. Another hypersonic test vehicle is the X-51 Wave Rider.